I got married when I was 20.
Yeah.
Simply because I'd have been called up for the forces.
Yeah.
I got called up for the forces in October 1940.
Yeah.
And I was in the army in the Far East as well.
Yes.
Until June 1946. So I had 6 years in the forces.
And when you came out of the forces...
When I came out, they offered me this.
They offered you the bungalow?
Because my house... my wife came from Hackney. I never liked Hackney, East End London. I came from Woolworth,
yeah.
Elephant and Castle. That was my home when I was a child.
Yeah.
And we lived in Hackney. When we got married, we lived in Hackney. But it got bombed in December 1940 because I got a week's compassionate leave to come and try and make arrangements for my wife and to be, where she was going to go. We didn't bring the baby.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't bring the baby, but the wife and I came. She'd apparently had pneumonia and pleurisy, and she was living with her mother in a one bedroom up on the 3 flights of stairs, and she had to carry the water up in a jug to put it in a bowl to wash.
No.
It was all over that way.
Awful.
And apparently when I was abroad, she had this pneumonia and pleurisy twice, and she got a letter from a doctor stating that she badly needed rehousing. So when I came home in June 46, I think my wife had got the letter. I might have come shortly after I was there, and I think she must have had a letter. And a letter from the LCC offering us accommodation in Downham.
Yeah.
And we didn't know where Downham was.
No.
I went at the post office and they looked up, they said, oh, your best plan, go to Catford Bridge, get a bus from there, along Bromley Road, up Whitefoot Lane.
It's a long way.
And you know the area, don't you? And I remember we decided to come with our letter, and we walked all the way up Whitefoot Lane, and my wife said, oh, I'll be able to do this, she said, not pushing the pram. Anyway, we called in, the LCC offices were in Boundfield Road, that house with 2 pillars. Yeah. That was the LCC offices, and they had a yard at the back. And we went in there, presented our card, and I said, oh, you've got you got a choice of 2 houses. They said, oh, it's a prefab. So I said, I don't want a prefab. I said, I want a house. I've had enough of living in Nissen huts and tents and what's name, forget the name, Indian name for something, Banshee or something or other. I said, I want a house. They said, look, go and have a look. There's 2 keys, number 6 Person Road and number 8 Person Road, are both ready for occupation. You can have either one. Well, I don't know when you came, but when I came in June 46, this whole place was enclosed in a wire fence, about a 7-foot high wire fence. There was a gate, wire gate, with men there. We had to present our card to get admittance to the site, and there was lorries here. There was everything you think of. There was furniture out in the roads, refrigerators, different things, cupboards and things. The men were laying the roads. There was bricks everywhere, all bomb stuff, bomb damage. They were putting down for a foundation for roads and pavements. They were asphalting. There was these things up and down, steamrollers. God, it was frightening. Really put you off. Men with shovels and picks, digging away.
So what did you think when you first
It was
saw
off-putting.
Yeah.
Anyway, we came and my wife opened the door, and the first word she said was, "What a lovely big hall. We can get the pram in here." And it was a pram. It wasn't a pushchair, but one of these big, one of these big ones. And she said, "Oh, you'd be able to look out the window there, watch the birds and everything." Then we saw the toilet. Now, in my time, all the toilets were in the back gardens or yards, wherever you lived, or street ones. Nobody, ordinary person, had a toilet indoors. And when we opened another door and found a bath, unheard of in 1940. When I was a child, I was born in 1920, obviously. Never. When I got older, I had to queue up at the baths to get a towel and a piece of soap, and then there'd be cubicles. And you waited your turn till one of those cubicles was empty, then you gave your ticket in, went in there, and then the attendant would add levers here at the back where the bath, where your cubicle was. He was walking up and down, and you'd say, "Hot water number 6. You pull a lever, and out from the wall there was one pipe, out would come hot water. Then you call cold water, and then you say, "Right, okay," and you'd be doing somebody else's. That was how to come in, have a toilet and a separate bathroom, and we also had a hot towel, immersion heater. So all you had to do was just put a slip there, and you got instant hot water. So my wife said, we'll have it. Came in here, saw what a big room this was. She said, "Oh, get measuring up for the lino." I can see it to this day. Can see her here saying to me, "Oh, get measuring up, Ed, for the lino." That's all you could afford, and that's all you could get in 1946. And you measured up. And what I thought was also a wonderful thing, we hadn't been here just over half an hour or so, and knock on the door. It was the people from number 4, and that was Jim and Leo Cowlin. They'd moved in. Number 2, Harold Rake, and I can't think of his wife's name. 2 and 4 were occupied, 6 and 8 were ready for occupation, and they were working on the other side of the road and down here. That's where all the work we were doing, putting stuff in, building. All the prefabs had been put up by the German prisoners of war. They've been erected by them. The Germans have moved off. They were repatriated. But the workmen, LCC workmen or contractors, were laying the roads, putting the stuff inside these places which had been erected. 2 cups, sugar and milk. Now, I couldn't believe it. In those days, everything was rationed. You only got so much sugar, you had dried milk, you had to add water to. Everything was, tea was rationed, you only got 2 ounces a week or something like that. And for perfect strangers to come and welcome us with a pot of tea. Be honest, I've always been a bit of a hard nut, but I feel like crying when I tell that story because it was so, I get a bit emotional.
Yeah.
It was hard to believe that people would give up a little bit of their rationing.
It's wonderful.
That was how people were.
It's lovely.
I said to the wife, we're not looking at number 8. We couldn't have better neighbours at number 6.